Yeah. Thank you again for joining. I appreciate this. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much for tapping in right now. It's so much, so much, so much that I'm so glad that you stopped by. And you didn't have to, but you did. You made a sound decision. You seen this podcast, you seen the video, you say, you know what? I'm gonna tap in, I'm gonna see what he's talking about. And I promise you, I'm glad you did because it was meant for you to be here. You may not know it now. You may not be thinking about it. I know you hear a lot of people say it, but I honestly really feel in this video, it was meant for you to be here. So, the reason why I'm saying this because it's educational purposes. You already know that we're going to learn from this. And it was something that I really seen because I talked about it on here. It's about the making of this Negro and a black man and even Christianity all in one. So I came across something that I flashed on here. But it just so happened it recaught my attention. And then I had to elaborate. I got to elaborate on it to get you to really understand it. And for you to see just this little part here of a clip that I got that you probably never even seen before. If you haven't, you're going to be able to check it out right here. So peep this out right here. Let me show you this.
One. Pastor Wilkins are chasing our history. You are standing at a jail. What they have done is manipulated the jail. They tell you that it's 1870. Try 1770. This is still standing today. Look at this jail. Look at the holes. You can see where the chains would have been inside this jail. What happened is a slave would have to come in here naked, barefooted and all. There's holes all throughout here to make the slave. It's like cooking a turkey. He's being baked while he's in here. The desire is to be naked, that the slave would burn his skin while he's in one of these to teach him never to run again or never to be rebellious again. You're at one of the most harshest plantations in American history. You're at the Whitney Plantation, which is without a doubt one of the most harshest. Watch this. The symbol of a cross. What are they doing to the slave? This would have been chained down. He wouldn't have been able to get to it. That would have been covered so he can't hurt himself. It was to make them understand Christianity is your only hope of survival. They're teaching them, even in their suffering, as they're punishing them, they're teaching them Christianity is your only hope of survival. What America believes, what the European believe, is that they believe in positive law, natural law. What this represents is positive law, natural law. Natural law says a man can rehabilitate himself because his creator is up high. He has a God that allows him to rehabilitate himself. So what you see is they're trying to rehabilitate the slave, but they're not trying to rehabilitate him as man, but as underneath, as dehumanized, as second-class citizen. So they would be in here and they would actually be cooking. At night, the wolf rat could visit them because it's open. So the slave is being worn out. He's being drawn down. He's being humbled. He's going through. He's going through a lot. And he would rather be out there and do what he's told than to ever be in this metal cooking shed. That's all this is. It's an oven. And the rebellious slave is the most rebellious. There's three sides of this thing. They would be on a side where there would be holes. So you can actually see right here, there's those holes. Chains would go in there from here to over here. These chains would be in here. And they'd lock him down. He's weary. He's going through. He said, I'd rather be obedient to my master, do what I'm told, and believe and put my hope in a God instead of putting my hope in escaping. Let me put my hope in a God. Now they can retrain his mind because he's been through the humbling process of this metal. They made sure they were metal because they know the heat would be drawn to this in the summer, and the cold would be drawn to this in the winter. I'm Pastor Wilkins of Chasing Our History. This is rare. This is very rare. The danger of a plantation is this. They under grants, UDC grants, things like that. So their job is to master the plantation, to make it look like it wasn't that bad, it wasn't that harsh, that you wouldn't come to understand how bad and how harsh the treatment of the slave was. All you got to do is look at something like this. Walk around it for me, my brother. Let them see the whole thing. Just look at that. That's an oven. That's nothing. You can call it a jail. That's an oven. They're being cooked in there, naked, being cooked. This is an oven. You got room. This concrete wouldn't be sitting here. They placed it on this concrete. This would be nothing but grass. That wolf rat would come up from somewhere and visit them at night. And that's why you see the cross. That cross wouldn't be there. That's placed there. There's another cross they would have had in there. They'd have had cross probably in all three sections of this, because they're trying to humble that slave to Christianity and understand that they are second-class citizens. That's what you're dealing with. But this is an actual jail. This is an actual punishment place for the slave. The manipulation is they're going to tell you 1870. They off by about 100 years. Make it 1770. That's what they do. They get the grants and they begin to manipulate history. Pastor Woods are chasing our history and the sons of Yah. Be blessed. They got this place manipulated, Douglas. 1870. Why do you need that in 1870? The slave is free. So what do you need it for? Even though slavery still went on in 1890. They got practice, so they're in trouble. What's that?
Y'all, this is off the chain. And you know what? The amazing thing is, there is no black folk here.
Them trees are actual. What you call them trees, Douglas?
Palm trees, coconut
What do you
trees.
call them back in the day? And then a sap tree.
Ah,
You draw some sap.
I didn't know that. I thought this made this.
No, you draw sap from those.
I didn't know that. I never seen a sap tree. I mean, I didn't know that.
Them bad boys will produce sap.
Because I just asked her that. I said, have you seen anything in sap tree? I thought-
family, it don't make no sense.
10 levels, there's like 10 trees that will produce
Our
sap.
people have endured a whole lot.
It's actually a tropical yellow tree. That's
And then we get ignorant because we don't want to know.
Say, get that roof. Look at that roof.
Remember we see that on the other platform. That's actual roof. That's an actual slave house. This one right here is 100% legit. This is 100%.
I noticed that they marked this one off. You can't get to it.
No, because it's legit. This one here is legit. Some of them are just masquerading the place. This is legit. This is either the overseer's house or something. Most likely, this is the overseer's house.
Yeah, it looks like an overseer because it's huge.
That's what it said, overseer.
Oh, it did say it
Where it said that?
up front.
Yeah, overseer.
Okay. Yeah, that's overseer house.
That's a whole community in there.
Some of this has been placed here, though. All this is legit.
I wouldn't want to walk up in there.
Okay, wait till we get to the
Although it's open, I wouldn't want to walk up in there.
This is the master house. Look at that. You don't see none of us. Family, I'm telling you, this is crazy. We're at the Whitney Plantation in Louisiana. And it's real eerie, family. It's real eerie. They got gators, snakes. Hi.
Yeah, and I say this out of all love and respect and out of understanding. Excuse me. Because if you could really see back then and understand that it was really their own, we were our own community. We had our own parks, resting areas, runways, walkways, street signs, cars that drove up and down, that came in and came out, crossing guards. It was a real whole entire neighborhood, just like the neighborhood that you live in today. And you think that is something that was different. But technically, honestly, facts was all the same. So what I am learning about this nothing has changed, and then you get to understanding, and then you get to see too about, all these people that have all these big houses, and they say they got this big house, all this money and everything. Well, technically they would look what you see that they were what overseers. I wonder, have you ever heard of that before? How to make a Negro Christian, right? It say that this book was written during the slave period in America by Reverend Dr. Charles Colcock Jones. He was a major slave owner that owned 3 plantations. Now I wonder if the Whitney plantation was he any co-owner with that one out of Louisiana. You got a chance to see the master's house. I'm gonna continue reading. He developed a system to make slaves more subjective and easier to control by converting them to Christianity. Over time, his method proved highly successful and became the standard operating procedure. And I'm adding on this, I'm ad-libbing for today, 2023. We have these people right now. Everywhere you see, that's what it is. Now, is this a fact or is this fiction? Is this fiction or is it non-fiction? You tell me, you let me know. It says the religious instructions of the Negroes and of the works. Boom. So with everything that what I'm saying, with all of this knowledge that I'm giving down, I'm passing down, don't you look at yourself in the mirror about it. Because the word God, generator, operator, destroyer, if you ever heard that before, that term that's out of Greek. That's Greek mythology. We had our own names, interpretations, and names for our own structure of living in life before this. So that's what just had to get taken. It had to get knocked out. It had to get put out of place. So all the energy that we have can focus onto right there. And you just seen the manipulation. You just seen the pain and the hurt that what we went through. And this is not no joke. This ain't no, and out of all the wars that we went through personally, all of the separation of family, all of the things. Y'all, if y'all ever just heard of just Tulsa, Oklahoma, it was many more besides that too. So I just wanted to point that out and make it a very good understanding for y'all right now with the time that in America that was going on. I thank you so much for being on here. Let the next broadcast come to light. Let it show some truth. Let it show some knowledge. Let it show some inspiration. Y'all go ahead and hit that button, hit that share button, follow button, all that good stuff, man. Make it good all the way through, okay? All right, I'll see you on the next broadcast. Peace.